Good evening, everyone.
It's so like that whale thing is so
The whale
cool.
thing is awesome.
The whale thing is my favorite.
All right, hold on. I got to open this.
Love the whale. Oh, yeah, dang. Yeah, I didn't open it either.
All right, super. All right, so before we praise the goodness that is Rising Phoenix, we are today. I stopped by Post No Bills because, as everybody on the peninsula knows, they're going to be closing at the end of May. And I stopped and got Choose Goodness, the anniversary 2026 multi-session lager from Discretion Brewing. I think Discretion's in Oakland, is it not?
SoCal.
There you go. This is a
Local.
2.9% lager, guys. This is, I mean, we might as well be drinking water, but it's malty, it says. So we're kind of excited by that. The Ellie's on, Stellar Pearl is on, Angel Espinolo's on, all on Instagram. I got to go over here and say hi, everybody. Hi, all. There you go.
Half and half Instagram, half YouTube.
I tell you what, here we go.
Very democratic crowd we have.
All right. Well, I think those three are them because we see both.
Oh, okay.
So, all right.
Oh, all right. So 0 on YouTube. Oh, come on.
Come on, everybody. Let's get live in the comments in wherever we are. Okay, hold on. Let's go over here.
Everybody's like,
There's Derek. There's Derek. Jeff Shine, baby. I think that is Spaceship Mommy. I think. And then there's Ellie saying hello, gentlemen. I can't click on that. I don't.
Right.
Maybe
I'm on.
it says just baby, so maybe yes, sir. There it is. Hey, Spaceship Mommy. Okay, it's Jess. All right, are you ready?
Who's that girl?
And Ellie's watching us on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, super. Yeah, but I see you also over on Instagram, Ellie. So, there it is.
I got a trivia question right because of Ellie's knowledge of basketball. Like, again, it connected. Again, I've never talked as much WNBA as I have now because she's getting.
And Ellie is going to be totally jazzed with this. Go on.
It wasn't Caitlin Clark. I would have got Caitlin Clark on my own, but it was another. I forgot what it was.
Was it AZ Fudd? Was it Paige Beckers?
Yes, it was Paige Beckers.
There you go.
Cause anyway, yes, that was I got it right. Ended up coming in second place. They did Jeopardy trivia at the Salty Seal.
There you go. Paige mentioned. Cheers. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Ooh. Ellie said she chose the right night to join the drop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
It was interesting. Yeah. I would have. I mean, we ended up losing it. We got Jeopardy. We got school. Like somebody bet it was the final double Jeopardy. They bet all their money and they ended up beating us that way. So
Hola from Oakland.
What's up, y'all?
Yo. All right. Okay. What was Ellie asked what the question was, Oz, but you don't know.
I think it was this like number one.
Who was the number one draft pick last?
And she joins her partner in Dallas or something like that.
This is correct.
Something like that.
So AZ Fudd was drafted number 1 by the Dallas Wings last night in the 2026 WNBA draft from University of Connecticut, UConn. And last year in the 2025 WNBA draft, Dallas also chose number 1 and chose Paige Beckers.
Yeah. See,
now, why is this important? Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, dating.
That makes it. Yeah, that because sometimes I'm sure it'd be tricky if you're like, okay, dude, I'm from Atlanta. I want to live in Atlanta, but you play for Philadelphia or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes it super easy. It's like, all right, well.
I know that's right. And then Ellie, I listen. Do I not listen? I listen. Okay. Monterey Bay FC Espanol has also joined. Hi, Claudia. Stellar Pearl is on. All right, cool.
Hola.
Are you ready for the Spotify-ness?
Yeah, let's start this.
All right, here we go.
Let's do this in 3, 2.
Live. The drop-in is live. Brought to you by
Rising Phoenix Tap Room down there at 320 Broadway in King City, California. Heber and crew down there keeping the South Valley there nice and lubricated. And they got what do we call it? The flatbread
Flatbreads.
Flatbreads. They don't have pizzas. They have flatbreads because it's fancy.
Because they're bougie.
Yeah, it's again a nice place to take the family, take yourself. You know, you can sit at. They got a little bar there that you could sit at and look at all the taps, or you know, you could take your family, sit at a bench, watch the 100-inch TV.
Go out back.
It's awesome.
It's going to be warm this summer. It's going to be fantastic. What's up, awesome soccer nerds? I think it's either it's Andy and Ray and all the crew down there in Orange County. What's going on, OCSC Soccer Cast? Yeah,
So drinking that Malort.
Still drinking that Malort just before kickoff, just before they march in. Yeah, so here we are, episode 9 on the old YouTubers, and also streaming simultaneously on Instagram via the Superfan Dan account. As soon as Fuerza or the drop-in gets 1,000 followers, we'll switch to that.
I forget we're still doing that. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, so sorry we're late. We technical difficulties here in the studio, and I was late, so it's my fault. But we're here, episode 9, and we just had 2 separate watch parties. Do you want to talk about watch parties first? Do you want to talk about the game first? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, you can talk about watch parties. That's fine.
All right, can I show you guys something?
Yeah.
First things first.
Picture.
Oz got you got XL to open half an hour early.
Like 2 hours early. I think they opened at 6. Yeah.
Game kicked off at 4.
Yeah. They got them to open at 4.
I know. What
they
time
usually open at 6.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought they opened at 4:30.
No. I think that they opened at 6.
So did they open just at kickoff or just before kickoff?
Just before kickoff.
All right, good deal.
Yeah, Walter got there earlier than I expected.
My nephew. Walter, my nephew. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if I could show you this real quick, guys, this is fun. Oz took a picture at the end of the night because we got rain in both Salinas and Marina.
It started pouring.
But I want to show this because this picture just looks amazing. I guess I can't take us out of the background. So if we take anyway, but check that out. That's from the front door of XL Public House, and just look at the street and all the lights and everything. Just looks badass.
Yeah, everything was just shining. So I have to take this picture.
I mean, that's amazing. And that's from XL looking up Main Street, so away from the John Steinbeck Center.
Yeah, the Steinbeck Center's to the right.
Yep. But look at how clean that looks. Look at how spectacular that looks. I love the the street light just illuminating everything. That looks awesome. Bazinga Charlie's on. Hey, what's up, Charlie? And Adavano. Hey, Adavano from Brass Tap. Hey. Okay, so I wanted to show that picture, and then I just want to brag a little bit because you got to see this. We had a really good turnout at XL. I mean, at the Brass Tap and Marina as well. If you check this out, I mean, that's just a good crew of people. Awesome. We had representation from Hinchas. We had representation from S5, the crew in S5. There was Johnny and Kat, Bernie. Some of our
holding your hat.
Kat is holding my hat simply because I knew if I was wearing it, I'd be blocking Kat.
She's Kat with the hat.
She's Kat with the hat. That's correct. There's Bay Mysterio. Hello. So no, then we a whole bunch of this the Saturday morning PL regulars. But you look at that. I mean, on a rainy Saturday afternoon, this group showed up and showed out, and that was just awesome. Sadly, we're going to talk about the game. So, but we'll get that off of there. So anyway, so Rising Phoenix is our sponsor, as is our friend Derek of Derek's Designs, with some of our bespoke drop-in merchandise. You can get t-shirts, you can get beanies, you can get hats, and of course, the all famous drop-in scarf. Everybody needs a drop-in scarf. Yeah, so if you check that out, it's derek's-designs.com/collection/the drop-in. Go over and head over there. And if you are a NFL fan and an EPL fan, EFL fan, the football league, if you're a Wrexham fan, go and look at Derek's page and just look at all the
Yeah.
different designs he's got out there. You're going to find something for somebody you love. You're going to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary or a Christmas present with Derek's design. So check that out. All right.
And then also remember, if you do buy drop-in merch, 10% of that purchase goes to our scholarship fund. And I also want to remind everybody that applications are still open. I want to let anybody know, again, we have $1,000 scholarship that we're giving to somebody, a high school senior that is
in the 831.
Yeah, in the 831 that's going to go play college soccer wherever next season. And then it could be Hartnell, it could be Harvard, it could be UConn,
Rutgers.
it could be Rutgers. Yeah,
Could be UConn. Ooh,
Yeah.
UConn. You know,
we probably have a pretty decent program.
SMU, Southern Methodist University. We've had a couple of Herman Award winners come out of SMU. Herman Award winner is the Heisman for college soccer. So there's both male and female winners of the Herman.
Yeah. So if you know anyone that's a high school senior that's going to, just have them apply. Have them apply. The link to apply is in our Instagram. It's the bold.org link. You go there. It's so super simple. 250 word personal statement is all we're asking for.
Good idea, Jess. Yeah, we could do that. Derek, do you see the comment down there in the old comments there from Spaceship Mommy or Jess Shine Baby? But yeah, if we were to go to our media assets again and bring that up, if
Right
you
there,
can, we need to put a QR code right under that URL right there, and then people could scan it right there from their phones on the screen. What an idea. Thank you, Jess. All right, I'm turning that back off again. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the college scholarship fund. We do need to talk about, we'll just mention real quick, because our next home game, we were away this last weekend. We'll be away this coming weekend in Colorado Springs. But our next home game is not a league match, but a cup match. It's the Brinks Tire Company Cup. That's the replacement for what was last year the Jägermeister Cup.
Funnest cup ever.
And I think it's probably because of all the Jägermeister that was consumed at Heart Health Park in Sacramento last year.
An unhealthy amount of Jägermeister
At Heart Health Park
was handed out and consumed by all.
So instead, and Oz has professed his love for Brinks all throughout last season or the season before. Simply ever since they became a corporate sponsor of USL. But no, so it's the Brinks Tire Company Cup, and we will be facing Oakland Roots again for the second time this season, albeit in a different competition. But it is also Teacher Appreciation Night.
Appreciate them teachers.
What you need to do, if you've got a teacher that you want to appreciate that night, each school, and Marco, I see you over there over on Instagram. Marco, keep me honest here. If you are wanting to nominate a teacher for recognition on Teacher Appreciation Night, I think there will be one teacher selected or representing each school that will be participating. So if you've got a teacher at your school that you would like to be appreciated on Teacher Appreciation Night, someone from your school, be it the president of the PTA or the Teachers Association or something, you got to get word to one of those organizations to then communicate with Monterey Bay FC and nominate that teacher.
There's a phone number on the website. If you go there, there's a number that you can call. Yeah, I know I did not do. I was doing my notes and I forgot to. I was gonna do the countdown at 4:30 and it just completely slipped my mind.
So sorry, Owen. Yes, hi, Owen. Good to see you. Yep. No, we didn't have a countdown because both of us just forgot to do it. Too much stuff going on today. And then Jess says, "Is it in the ticket package?"
Wait, let me see.
I think it is.
It should. Let me see.
Marco, is it?
We'll do this.
How many games do we have on this tournament? Well, we're going to be playing
the minimum amount.
Well, we will play Oakland. We're going to go away to Boise in I want to say it's like the 11th. No, the 18th or something of May. We'll be in Boise. We will be playing Sacramento. We will be playing, I think, El Paso or Vegas, one of the two.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah. So yeah, they're included in our tickets. So there you go. But anyway, Teacher Appreciation Night. Go to MontereyBayFC.com. Click on the link right there on the homepage for Teacher Appreciation Night. There's a phone number there, and whoever you would like, whichever teacher you would like to nominate, you have to get the school to nominate that teacher by calling the number and issuing that nomination. All right.
I already have Monterey Bay Sirens tickets on sale as well. Saturday, May 9th, 7 p.m. versus Stockton Cargo.
That's going to be awesome.
The Cargo.
So, yes, also a reminder that the Sirens are coming to town. We've got 4 games, I think, in the regular season, but there's a 5th one. There is a doubleheader that will be Oakland Soul, I think, coming down, and we'll play. I'm trying to remember who else we're playing that night. I can't remember which game that is. But if you are a season ticket holder, that game will also be included in your tickets as one of your bonus tickets.
That's cool.
So, let's see what else. I'm trying to keep an eye on all the communications and all the different comments, folks. There's Anthony. Hi, Anthony. Hey, I see Martin Medina's on. I see Raphael is on. All right, cool. All right, so I think I've hit all of our points. We've got Rising Phoenix Tap House in King City, 320 Broadway in King City. We've got Derek's Designs with all of our drop-in merch. The reminder that 10% of every drop-in merchandise purchase from Derek's Designs also benefits the Forza Union for the 831 college scholarship. That's $1,000 scholarship for a 831 student who is committed to playing soccer in college next year. In order to apply for that scholarship, you have to go to Fuerza's Instagram page.
Yes,
and there's a link in the bio.
Yeah, bold. Yeah, you'll see the bold.org link. Click on the link, and you can apply there.
There you go. It's 250 word essay about why soccer is important to you and why you're going to college and why you're representing the 831 playing soccer. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. $1,000.
And there's Matt. Good evening, Matt. Good to see you. Okay. I think we're all caught up. And then I mentioned Teacher Appreciation Day, and we mentioned the Sirens. And Oz, just for kicks and giggles, I went to the Monterey Zoo today and I saw emus in the flesh.
Emu.
Now, one of them could be Kevin. One of them could be Bart. I don't know. I didn't get close enough. And they really weren't all that sociable. So
how they would react if we were to take it.
Well, first of all, there's 2 fences between me and the emu. So there you go. But shit, you can't see Bart. You gotta move Bart.
Yeah, there we go.
There he is. Now he looks just like the t-shirt. Now he looks just like the t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you got to start laughing, and I've got to go. Yeah. You're laughing with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I was like painful.
No, it looks like you're having a good time. So if anybody wants to remember what that logo looks like, it's up in the corner of the screen.
Are you sure this is 2.9%? It's not 20. It's not 29%.
Look, you're looking at it right there. 2.9%. Anyway, so all right. So we always have fun. And it's always good to see everybody in the comments. There's Colin. Hello, Colin. So anyway, let's talk about Saturday. Game number 6 of the 2026 USL Championship season. So far, we have played 3 games at home and 3 games on the road, and we have yet to win. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, it's not rare. There's 2 other teams with no wins.
So no, I wasn't saying we're the only team. I'm just saying,
but it is true.
6 games,
Very true.
No wins. We have 2 draws, 2 ties, and 4 losses. But
Damn.
we scored another goal.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So Indy 11, they were going into.
Yes, Anthony,
Indy.
we do have to talk about it.
Well, what? Yeah, we don't have to. We can just chit chat about other stuff.
But that means
How's
we got to
your
see a lot more comments, folks.
Yeah, how's your week going? Yeah, exactly. No, and we mentioned it last week that both teams aren't really possession-based teams, and I felt that Indy was going to give. They just dislike possession, and that's just their style. And sure enough, that's what happened. What was it? 37 to 63%. You know, they gave Monterey Bay the ball and said, "Here, what can you do with it?"
And what we did was a lot of the time we gave it back to them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that was a good.
there's Riley. Hi, Riley.
Wes's goal was a good goal,
And it was a great pass from Omari Glasgow to. Have we determined whether or not it's Glasgow or Glasgow? For the gentleman, I know that Scotland is Glasgow, but our young man that wears the number 17 jersey, is he Omari Glasgow or Omari Glasgow?
Yeah, that's a great question.
We need to get Marco. We need to get
his DMs.
Omari on the show so we can ask that question because people want to know.
Right.
So real quick, Matt Weed is asking, why aren't we participating in the U.S. Open? Because we didn't qualify. We didn't make it to the playoffs. The U.S. Open Cup format this year is if you failed to make the playoffs in the MLS, you qualify for the U.S. Open Cup. If you made the playoffs in USL Championship, you get to play in the U.S. Open Cup. If you made the playoffs in MLS, you're too good for the U.S. Open Cup. And if you didn't make the playoffs in USL Championship, you're not good enough to participate in the U.S. Open Cup. Is that clear? Did I make that? Is it? It is Glasgow. There you go. There you are. All right. Yep. Thanks, Marco.
Glasgow.
Pronunciation guides to be provided by. So there you go. That's the reason why we're not playing in the U.S. Open Cup, Matt, is because U.S. Soccer and the Lamar Hunt organization decided to change the format, and the 16 teams that made it to the playoffs from MLS, they were just too good to participate in that cup because they just, if they made it to the playoffs, that means they don't have to play mediocre teams, or at least that's the feeling we get. And then to add it, to rub salt in the wound, the only USL Championship teams that qualified to play in the U.S. Open Cup are the ones that did make it to the playoffs. So the ones that didn't, and we know that Monterey Bay didn't, we were just left out. I think it's crap because there are a whole bunch of teams in USL 1 that got to participate. Why
Lou City beat Austin?
Yes. Yeah, no, we have not talked about that. Yes, in the Prinks, in the U.S. Open Cup.
U.S. Open Cup.
Talk about a cup set.
And Lou City is one of those that they see themselves as a MLS or a top division team, and they've been slowly building.
Well, there's already talk that one MLS team may, in fact, fold before the end of this season.
Dang.
And that may be, and it's one of those things where if that team folds, that franchise folds, they can move that franchise to somewhere else. And there's talk that maybe Sacramento, that's how they get into MLS.
And they just announced, right, that they're going from 12,000 to 20,000.
Their new stadium at the train yard is going to have 20,000 seats, pardon me.
Yeah, so that and that's what's the minimum for Division 1? 15, right? Okay, yeah. So
and you have to have a population density of something like 250,000 people.
Yeah, and the rail yards, there's
Sacramento easily has more than 250,000 people in their region. So there you go. Okay, so that was the answer. That was the question about the U.S. Open Cup. There you go. Angel says the earthquakes are going to be in there. The earthquakes foul. Yeah, they also are not going to play in the U.S. Open Cup because they didn't qualify for the playoffs. So both the Earthquakes and Monterey Bay are both out of the U.S. Open Cup simply because of qualification. No, wait a minute. The Earthquakes will participate because they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
See, this is how screwy it is. It just
It's tough.
mixes me up.
Man, and they're doing so good. They're only
Matt says, thanks for the U.S. Open Cup explanation. You don't want to hear what I have to say about MLS teams, quote, being too good to participate. We'll have that discussion at the next watch party, Matt. So yeah, let's. So I think we've covered all the things. Now we should talk about the game. And
we beat the Quakes when we played.
We did. We beat
took
the Quakes.
LAFC to penalties.
Yes, we did.
Come on.
Jesse Maldonado's goal. I still think about that goal. And now he's playing for Oakland. Oh, that hurts. Yeah. So as the title of our show tonight, Indiana Oz and the quest for points. Let's talk about our trip to Indy 11.
Yeah, again, like I was saying, Indy gave MBFC the possession. Said, here, try to find a way to break through our defense, and they did once, but unfortunately, the MBFC's defense was not able to return the favor there and gave up 3 goals. And again, Delgado.
It could have been worse.
And I was about to say Gahey, but
Egu,
yeah.
Kelsey Egu,
and I mean they play very similar, but yeah, Egu's goal line save as well. It could have been worse, but so here we go. It's the same.
It's the same questions we've been asking for a couple of weeks now.
Well, and I was trying, like I was saying, I was kind of focused, and that's why I didn't do the countdown. It's like, well, what is it? Is the midfield not producing opportunities for the forwards to score, or are the forwards getting the opportunities and not putting the ball in? And really, I mean, long story short, that's really what I feel like it's come down to.
Well, the young man who has so far scored the only 2 goals of the season, number 11, Wesley Leggett, not to be confused with number 88, Sebastian Leggett. That's Leggett, Legget. T, 2 T's, 2 G's, 2 T's.
Yeah.
He scored his second goal of the season in that match against Indy 11. Both of his goals have come from the bench as a substitute. And I mean, we talked about this last week. Could we have a Wesley? What formation best suits the players that we have on our roster? Yeah. Could we play with 3 at the back once Nico let's talk about that for a minute. It's surprising because Nico Gordon was at the last watch party when we were away to Vegas, and he was past fit. He was on the bench for the game against San Antonio at Cardinale Stadium on April 4th, but then he was listed as injured again tonight, this last Saturday, and he didn't come to the watch party, so I didn't get to talk to him about what the injury was. So he was out. Riley Bedoy is still out. Stu Ritchie is still out. There was a 4th one, and I'm trying to remember who it is. It wasn't Adrian.
No.
There's a 4th one. Somebody remind me in the comments. Egg Woo is what Marco says. Egg Woo. Kelsey Egg Woo.
The original pronunciation, I said Egg Woo.
Yeah, then when he was announced, it was Egg Woo with no W. So, all right, we have been schooled. Adrian was on the bench in San Antonio, and Adrian came off the bench against San Antonio Cardinale, and Adrian came on in the 72nd minute against Indy 11. So thankfully Adrian is back. But yeah, somebody try and remind me who the 4th injury was. I cannot remember for the life of me. Oh yeah. Thank you. Facundo Canetti, who's out with an Achilles injury for a long time. So yeah. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we were talking last week, what is our best formation? We have been a steadfast 4-2-3-1 pretty much for our entire existence. And we were wondering, who is who is capable of playing that 10. What we were saying was we've been playing a lot with Elijah Paul up front.
Yeah.
And we know that he can play with his back to goal. He was our top goal scorer last year with 6 goals before his injury that took him out for the rest of the season. But I think he's not exceptionally quick. Let's just say that. He's a big guy. He can hold the ball up well. He plays well with his back to goal. We were saying last week, maybe a speedster like Wesley Leggett or do we play Elijah as a 9 and we play Adrian as the 10 behind him? Do we play Wesley up front and play Elijah as the 10 behind him? Because he could be a target forward. He can hold the ball up. He can dish the ball off. So, and then we've got Leggett and Glasgow coming off, coming inside from the wings. We've got we started this past Saturday. We had Nick Ross wearing the armband, and we had Yuga Nakamura as his partner in midfield. And then in the back, it picks itself. I mean, we had Joel Garcia Jr. at left back because Stu Ritchie is injured. We've got we had Lemtadze up on the pitch as well.
Yeah.
We had Milesevic at right back. We had the center back tandem of Farnsworth and Egwu, and then in goal we had Fernando Delgado. So there you go. I need to get back in the zone because I had no idea who the players were this weekend. It was the only second. Well, you travel a lot, so you're catching up. Those first 4 games of the season I missed because I was overseas, and watching them at 3:00 in the morning my time in England was difficult. So
we need flashcards.
And I'm going to put my boot in Galazzo as well. I do not appreciate when we are on Galazzo because they don't do replays. If it's on ESPN Plus, you can go back and watch the game in its totality. If it's being broadcast on CBS Galazzo Network, you can only watch it live, and then you can watch the USL Championship highlights on YouTube. But you can't watch the whole game from start to finish. And I'm sorry, that's piss poor in my opinion.
I was on Sunday trying to watch the City match because it was on USA.
Yeah, it's an NBC property. So there you go.
Peacock. I have Peacock. I pay. And it was on USA and Telemundo.
Yep.
Both NBC Pro. I pay for Peacock. There is no separate USA streaming service.
There is not. No, you have to have one of the live services. So you have to have Hulu Live, YouTube Live, Fubo, or a cable or satellite subscription to something. It's just
who
crap.
Has that? Yeah. Why would you pay for cable? Whatever's on the digital antenna is good enough, plus all your streaming services.
Yep. You can't get Telemundo on the
antenna? I didn't even think about that. Oh, it was driving.
Thanks to our K salad bowl of the world.
Yeah.
KSBW broadcasting capabilities, aren't they sister networks?
Yeah, that's true. It probably was on. I ended up doing 30-minute free previews on Telemundo. Just switching devices.
Fair enough.
It worked.
Hi, Charlie. Charlie Don't Surf joined. Hello, Charlie.
What happened? Why doesn't he surf anymore?
Don't get me started on the USA fiasco, says Anthony on Instagram. Understood.
It was dry. It was just like I pay for this.
Ooh, Colin says VPN for YouTube. Ooh, there's an idea. Yarn Shark is saying hello. Hi, Jim. Good evening. Colin, I want to tickle your brain there. I want to know more about the VPN for YouTube. If I was VPNing to which country would I use my VPN to then go watch YouTube? Is that USL on YouTube and then we could watch it? Like if I was in England, I could have watched it on YouTube if I was on my UK connection. Angel Espinola says you need Super TV from Polga. There you go.
Dude,
Montreal or other Canadian nodes. Okay, super.
There used to be, and I don't know if it still exists, but in Mexico, when I would go visit for the summers, well, I'm sure the channel was on all the time, but I was only there in the summers.
Yep.
But there was a channel called El Canal de las Estrellas, and they showed like
the Channel of the Stars.
Yeah, the Channel of the Stars, and it showed like movies that were like seemingly still in the theaters here in the state. It was so cool. It was like one of the ways that I got my modern pop culture, because it was like, this is so cool. How does this channel get all this stuff that's still in the theater over there? Anyway, Canal de las Estrellas, thank you for your service when I was a kid.
All right. So again, so we went to Indianapolis. We scored again. Unfortunately, we also gave up 3 goals. So it was a 3-1 loss in Indianapolis. Again, Oz said the possession stats. We had 67% or 63% of the possession, and to Indy's 37%. And we are not typically a possession-based team. We are a counter-attacking team, or at least that's the way we've been set up over the years. So, we had more of the ball. Sadly, we weren't able to get it further afield. We did get up the field quite a bit, but sadly, it was like hitting a brick wall. But Amari Glasgow's pass to Wes, and he got it in the 18, turned and fired, and was able to get that goal to equalize it, to make it 1-1. It was a great goal. Lots of celebrating in the brass tap. Sadly, I think we gave up the second goal to Indy like 2 or 3 minutes later. So, Life Surfing Chick, nice to see both of your faces this time. Hi. Yep.
Yeah, Johnny 5 got settled down over there.
Yep. We went to a non-PTZ camera, so it's not going back and forth all the time. There's Johnny O. Hello, Johnny.
Yeah, they scored 4 minutes after
4 Wesley. So there you go. So yeah, we went to Indianapolis and came away pointless. So we are now, our record this season is 0 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, for a total of 2 points so far this season.
-7 goal differential.
Yep. And unfortunately rooted to the bottom of the Western Conference in 12th place.
At least we're not like those losers down in Sporting Jacksonville.
Oh,
there's always, you got to punch down.
Well, but no, I mean, they're also the newest team in the league. How many new teams do we have in the league? We've got Jacksonville, we've got Brooklyn, and I'm trying to remember who the other one was.
Is it on our?
Well, North Carolina bowed out and closed up operations. So Brooklyn joined in New York City, and then Jacksonville joined.
Jacksonville, yeah.
So, but there's 13 teams in the East and 12 over here. So how do we make a comeback is what the question from Life Surfing Chick.
Start scoring goals.
Well, right now is gel and start moving the ball forward and getting it closer. The problem that we've talked about, Oz and I have talked about the last several episodes, is we're not taking shots from distance. We know we've got guys with rockets in their socks that can take shots from 25, 30 yards out. We know that. Sadly, what it appears that we're trying to do is dribble the ball into the net and not taking shots. So, I think who was it? It was a hockey player testing someone's trivia knowledge. You're always going to miss every shot you don't take.
That was Michael Scott that said that
from The Office. I do believe, sir. I do believe that was someone else. There were several moments when they passed instead of taking a shot. Exactly, Colin.
Yeah, and it's not like they haven't. When you look at number of shots taken, they're right in the middle of the league. So it's not like they're not taking. It's also the shots that they are taking are of poor quality. They're not very threatening. So
they're slow. They're almost telegraphed. I mean, when we go to cross the ball, we give their defense time to set up, and you can almost see the ball floating through the air before anybody can even get an attempt to it.
Our success, we had like 4% successful crosses on Saturday, and that's also another thing that I was, again, Leggett, Sebastian, He's serving them in.
Yeah.
He's serving in these crosses. There's just it's not, there's no one there at the end to put it into the net. He has 20 unsuccessful crosses, five successful, which again, it's better than the average of the team. But it's, and this is also, I'm curious. I was going to look into this stat. A successful cross would be I crossed it in and
made contact with one of our players.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if I serve 10 perfect shots, crosses in, and they're just none of my teammates are in there, they're technically 10 unsuccessful crosses. That's messed up.
Yeah. Colin,
that's on two.
Colin says, I think at halftime we were actually tied with Indy for the number of shots, but we didn't have any on target.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not on target. Matt says in Instagram saying we're not getting into the box. I want finishes, not shots. Shot by Johnny asks, what was our record last year around this time? 6 games in. What was our record? If I remember right, we were doing pretty well simply because we had a bunch of guys that nobody knew. We had a whole bunch of foreign players that were new to the league, new to USL, new to the States, and no one had seen them before. So we're kind of, Mael Malongo, for instance, he just took off like a rocket. Same thing with Anton Soyberg. Both of those guys had lots of attempts on goal, and no one knew how to handle them. Unfortunately, we got about this time in the league, and then other teams started seeing, they were studying videotape. They were looking at our guys, and all of a sudden it was like, well, if we triple team Malongo, we know we take him out of the game because he can't. He's a speedster and he needs to be able to dribble through. If we got 3 guys on him, he's not going to be able to dribble. And Anton, I think he got injured early in the season, and then he had difficulty when he came back. So anyway, Oz is trying to look up what our record was 6 games in last year. Nobody in the box. Yep. What happened to the European players? Well, last year, we had 15 new guys. This year we've got 20 new guys. So all right. Oz has the answer. Oz, what was our record 6 games in last season?
4-2.
That would be 4 wins and 2 losses.
Yeah.
So
remember the good days, everybody.
So if I do my math right, we had 14 points 6 games in versus 2.
And 3, 7, 10, 13, 14 goals scored.
Johnny, I do not know where the loanee Chris Kevin Nagy from Feyenoord is. We have not heard of his arrival in market yet. So Matt says he thought last season was abysmal, and we had how many shots? How many goals?
14
goals
in
6 matches. So
we only had one where we were shut out, and that was the first one.
I think Johnny was playing me there. I think he knew I was going to ask that question. Any chance to surge above last place?
Surge. I like that.
We were still announcing players' arrivals the week of the first game of the season. We didn't have all of our players in market yet. Things have been a little different this season in terms of arrivals. And again, Johnny said, how many, new guys do we have? We had
all of them.
Yeah, the only guys that we brought back from last season, Elijah Paul, Adrian Rebelliar, Johnny Klein, Joel Garcia Jr., and Nico Gordon.
Yeah.
That's it, guys.
20 new guys.
We got 20 new guys. And then the funny thing was we announced we had, I think, 8 that were coming back. Nico Campazano went to Pittsburgh. Or Xavi Nalati went to Tacoma Defiance to play for the MLS Next Pro team that is associated with Seattle Sounders. Ethan Bryant left. I'm trying to remember. There was one more. We had 8 guys that were held over, and 4 of them left between the end of last season and the start of this season. So we have 20 new guys. So Angels asks, when we get to week 14, if we're still in last place or out of the playoffs, is it the coach's fault or the new administration? You know, there's lots of stuff. There's lots of questions to be asked right now. And we don't have the answers. We'll have to start asking around.
It's so easy at this point to point the finger at Jordan, and Jordan, he carries a lot of the blame. He's the manager, you know. But again, when you see like they're trying to play a certain style. You see it. It's just not working. When 4% of your crosses are successful, what can Jordan do other than strap on the boots again himself
and get out there?
And he's a defender. He's not going to score right now. But
is it time to engage Etsy witches? I don't know if it's that bad yet.
But
it's early days. It's still, there's 28 games to go. Not to mention, there's more games to be played in the Brinks Tires Company Auto Wonder Cup, not Jaeger.
And it has started so bad, you know, as much as a contrast to last year. Again, even at the 2 points currently, Sacramento at 4th place is at 9 points. It's not this huge gap.
It's not insurmountable.
No, the
next team above us, the team that's in 11th, how many points do they have?
5.
So 1 win above us. We win the game in Colorado, for instance, we could get off the basement, but that also requires Las Vegas to lose.
Yeah, and again, Colorado is currently in 8th place. So again, you beat them, all of a sudden you're there.
You're starting to gain traction.
Like to try to look at the playoff line and all that right now, it's a bit premature. I know it's tough when we're down there in the basement and we've started so bad, but it just as easily the balls could have bounced a certain way, and we're praising Jordan as the new hero. He's got us in 2nd and 3rd place,
right?
6 matches in.
Yep.
And we all know that summer stretch, and this team is a team, I don't know, historically, even with Frank, it's a hot and cold team.
Yeah, we've been streaky.
Yeah.
In the very first season, we had that 6-game losing streak at the beginning of the season, but then we warmed up. Once we started playing at home at Cardinale Stadium, all of a sudden we started to build up points. Then we got a whole bunch of injuries, and that just kind of kicked us in the teeth for the rest of the season. The next season, 2nd season, we started off bright, and then we got injuries, and then we struggled. 3rd season, we had that. We started off well, and then we had injuries and stuff that creeped up. So, like Oz says, we tend to perform in streaks. So we'll have we'll get a thing where we'll get 4 wins out of 6 or something like that, but then we'll go on and we could lose 5 in a row. So we just got to figure that out. We got to Wolves levels of yuck so far. James says it's a long season. Keep the faith. # for the 831. Exactly. Again, it's
you could be a Spurs supporter.
Oh, jeez, no. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? We know we have Spurs fans in the audience. I apologize to any of our friends who are Spurs supporters. You know who you are.
Oh man, what's happening with that team?
Mary wants to know if the Brinks Tire Company is handing out tires. Like Jaeger was.
They give you shots of tires.
Shots of tires.
You got a 1 by 1 inch little piece of rubber.
Esther is giving you wide-eyed looks, and Jen is crying because you're not funny. Again, you said we're so bad. I don't think we're so bad. I think we're just slow. We're slow on the uptake right now. We're just not getting the results. But again, and then Colin says, for you F1 fans out there, you could be a Ferrari fan. And then LAFC beat Cruz Azul, in the Open Cup. So there you go. And there's Hever. Hey, Hever.
That's a good win.
There is the namesake, our sponsor extraordinaire. Hever has joined in Instagram.
He's gonna try to call because he sees that we're live. He thinks it's the perfect time to call somebody is when they're live on the
Spurs Strays. There you go. No, I think we're struggling to put anything together. And again, watching these 6 games, it looks like we're trying to dribble the ball all the way into the net. We're trying to go all the way and then juke the keeper in order to put the ball in the net, where I would like to see some shots from 35 yards out. Just rifle it. Have a go. And we know we've got guys who can do it. We've seen Adrian do it. But, of course, Adrian's coming back from injury. So he's only been on the pitch, I think, a total of 20 minutes so far this season. So,
that was one of, I mean, whatever. I'm seeing the Quakes thing there, but that's it was one of my favorite things of watching Victor Bernardes play. That dude was not afraid to just rifle it from 40 yards out and chuck it onto Coleman Avenue, completely miss. But I love the effort.
Yeah. Matt says off the ball runs, we need more people moving to create some space and chances. This is true.
Yeah,
this is a true statement.
The amount of times where guys making a run and there's nobody crashing with them.
Jess says you sound like me trying to avoid giving my kids a straight answer when I know they're ready to lose it. Again, guys, we are Oz and I from day one. We are 831 guys. We want this team to be successful. We want our team to be successful because we want our kids to be as excited about this team so that their kids are as excited about this team as we were before them. So we want this team to be successful. We're dying for this team to be successful. We just, all we can do is continue to show up and show out in our numbers and get behind them, and I know sometimes that's hard to do, but stepped on the surge protector
file system
under the table.
Bloop. And we're back. I thought the power.
Can you hear us, guys? Can you hear us?
But there was still light on. That's
what I was like. Thanks, Matt. I apologize for I typed it in the YouTube comments, but I didn't type it in the Instagram. I stepped on the surge protector underneath the table, which is what powers the splitter or the mixer. So yeah, it was my fault. I did it. Johnny says we need to have a whiteboard so that we can show what we were talking about. So there you go. So yeah, we want to be. We'll be right back, says Johnny. We'll be right back. You heard everything. How did you hear everything? All right. Well, maybe the camera picked up. I don't know. Maybe the camera. There's a microphone on the camera, so maybe. Yeah, so you heard everything. Okay, good. So we couldn't hear it because the mixer was down, which means we were also. Our podcast is going to be abbreviated real quickly. So, but we'll figure it out. Again, Sacramento versus Minnesota is 0-0 so far in the Open Cup in the 67th minute. Woohoo! There you go. Is that the same Minnesota United that has former Louisville City head coach Danny Cruz as their assistant coach now? So there you are.
And the loon as their mascot.
This is true. Okay. So we can talk about the last 6 matches, or we can concentrate on each match as we go forward. And I think that's what we want. Welcome back, John. Yep. I think all we could do is continue to look forward and look for the next game. And our next game, of course, is this Saturday, 6 p.m. kickoff in Colorado Springs. So we're going to be playing at altitude, folks. And if you've ever been to Colorado Springs is actually higher in elevation than Denver. So
it's the highest sports stadium in North America.
That's correct. That's correct.
Higher than
Widener Field.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's higher than the Azteca in Mexico City. So yeah, something to think about there. That's going to be a learning experience for our guys. Adrian will know, Elijah will know.
Why does this say 3 p.m. here?
Is it 6 p.m.? Is it a 6 p.m. kickoff East Coast time?
I've seen 6 and 5 p.m.
Well, it's only an hour ahead of us. It's only an hour ahead. So I was thinking it was 4 p.m. kickoff there.
So we play.
Let's look. I'm going to look.
It's a window. Just like a plumber, we play between the hours of 1 and 5 p.m.
Hold on, folks. The website.
The website has 5 p.m. here, the USL website.
Okay, but 5 p.m. is going to be East Coast time. Watch. If you go and look at that, it's going to say all times are East Coast. It's 2 p.m. kickoff.
All times Eastern.
2 p.m. kickoff.
2?
Yeah, because 5 p.m. East Coast would be 2 p.m. on our coast. Yep. And I'm looking at Saturday, April 18th on the app says 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So we are right. There's Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
3. Okay.
So 2 p.m. kickoff. Thank you, folks.
Wow.
Thanks for checking our sanities. But yeah, if you
2
look at that,
p.m.
USL is going to tell you at all times are in East Coast.
No, this is the one that says 3 p.m. But yeah, the USL does say that the all times are listed in East.
Yeah, so it's 2 p.m. us. So there you are. 3 p.m. in Mexico is what Angel Espinola says.
Well, there we go. We got the Mexico City time zone there. But all right, okay, cool. Whoa, early one. That's cool.
So yeah, so we'll be. Oh goodness gracious! We need to look at.
Mile and a half club.
Hold on, no. And for those of you who also show up for Premier League mornings, hold on a second, because we got that to look at too. This coming weekend, we got to go to match week 33. Oz, it's going to be another day when we're there for the whole day. Yeah, because there's a game at 4:30, Brentford versus Fulham. We've got 2 games at 7, Leeds versus Wolves and Newcastle versus Bournemouth. And then Spurs versus Brighton is the 9:30 game, and Chelsea versus Man United is the noon game. So,
nice.
For those of us who go to Premier League mornings on Saturdays at the Brass Tap, it's going to be a long day. So we'll be there from 7 a.m. until after 4 o'clock after the game. So Colin says there's a synced calendar button on here.
There is.
Perfect.
I'm literally, that's what I'm doing right now.
I will tell you, I have to be, I'm going to be honest and say it screwed me up so bad when I was in England, because I would look, I was talking to Tara about the April 4th game, and I'm looking at it going, it says here it's April 5th. I'm looking at the app. I'm going, it says here it's April 5th. Well, of course, it's going to tell me whatever the local time zone is where I am, because I was looking at my phone. So I was like, April 5th, when are we playing on April 5th? And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wait, go back. So no, don't worry about it. Settle in, bring your knitting. That's right. There you go, Esther. Bring your knitting. Whole day at the Brass Tap ain't a bad day. This is a true statement, James. Yeah, come find us at 7 a.m. We're going to be there. Newcastle's playing and Wolves are playing, so we'll have it on TVs. So we're all good. Come on in. And then Spurs against Brighton at 9:30, and then Chelsea versus Man United. That's going to be a hot game at noon. But we're going to have to switch over at some point to our game. So,
and they got a new local schedule menu. I saw that. That was pretty cool.
A locals menu at Brass Tap.
Yeah,
there you go.
They made new food.
Well, we're always local, so I think I've just gotten used to the menu there. Okay, I'm looking. Jaime,
sinking
11 p.m. Madrid time. That's correct. It'll be 9 hours ahead there. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm looking at. I'm going. Sorry, guys. I'm scrolling back up on Instagram just to see if I missed any comments that I want to pull up so that we can continue our conversation. If not, we're going to be wrapping up here in a minute. Luke says Orange County SC is going to win the league this year. It could happen. We'll see. Are they? I think they're leading, aren't they? Aren't they in first place in the West?
Who?
Orange County.
Yes.
Yep. It was San Antonio, but then we drew against them, and then they drew again on this past weekend. So Orange County leapfrogged them.
They forgot how to score all of a sudden.
There you go. So I'm looking at Orange County. I'm looking at Orange County. I'm looking at comments in Instagram. I'm looking at comments in YouTube. Any other questions, guys? Because we're at the 1 hour mark, and sadly, that means our time is coming to an end.
Dude,
who has more games in hand? Who has more games in hand?
City.
Okay, got it. Esther's in the comments on YouTube. Hello, Esther. It's Owen. Yep. Say hi to Owen, Esther. Who else we got? CCMB 1989 joined. Hello, CCMB 1989. Shotgun a beer before you sign off. So, Carlos, this is the funny thing. We were talking about this. We are drinking Choose Goodness from Discretion Brewery, multi-session lager. This is their anniversary. This is to celebrate their 13th anniversary, and it's 2.9%. So
all calories, no drunk.
But it has a malty finish. I mean, it is a lager, but I mean, it is tasty.
Yeah.
And at 2.9%, I mean, you could probably drink a 6-pack of these and still go back for more. So there you go. Let's talk about Spurs more, says Anthony.
Well, and it's the same thing. It's just like here. How do you fix this spiral? Same question there. It's not, you're not going to bring a new manager and I don't know. There's something fundamentally wrong.
I love to see
Tottenham right now.
See Hinch's drums back. Yes, hell yeah. I agree with that, Angel. Hopefully we will see Hinch's return soon. Yeah, Carlos says basically it's a soda. Yep, basically. And on top of that, we got 70s lager from Faction Brewing, and this one is 3.9%. Hops are Colorado Mittelfrühe, so a fruity one, and then the malts are American Pilsner, and American corn. There you go. That is a fresh tasting lager as well. But just so everybody, just to keep us honest, I also have Southern Hemisphere froth water. And if you know froth water, that means 0 calories, 0 alcohol, 0 hangover. And Oz and I like froth water.
I love that stuff.
Throw more money at the problem. Well, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
why
what
don't
Spurs
you simply buy $150 million player and then get 3 more?
Well,
so simple.
PSR,
dude. And that's where, whatever. I know, obviously, I'm a homer, but I mean, the signings dude, Gahey and Semenyo are so. Holland has also gone cold, but it hasn't made a difference because Semenyo has just picked up the slack. And
if you guys are missing, we've now switched to the
Premier
League, and Oz is talking about Man City.
Talk. And I mean, come on, you got it. There's no guarantee that they were going to fit in and keep playing the way. I don't know.
Did we finish your notes on Colorado Springs?
Yeah, it's tall. And
I'm just making sure we covered all of our bases.
This is, I mean, and again, this does bode well. Switching back to USL Championship mode, for real quick. Again, Colorado Springs, another team with only 1 win, and that 1 win was against Las Vegas.
Yeah,
which
sadly we lost against.
It's tough because I'm like, that doesn't show much because Las Vegas isn't really good so far, but they beat us. They're the only.
So if I could also talk about that for just a minute, and I'm sorry that here we are at the end of the show and we're just talking about it. But if you go back and look at the 6 results that we've had so far this season, we've got a 1-1 draw in Sacramento against Sacramento. That was a really big result for us.
Yes.
And then a 0-0 draw at Cardinale Stadium against, at that time, first in the West, San Antonio. Okay. 1 goal scored in Sacramento, no goals scored at Cardinale. So we're talking 1 goal there, and we gave up a goal. It's basically goal difference of 0 across the board in those 2 draws. Then you go back and look. We lost 1-0 to Oakland. We lost 1-0 to. No, we lost 3-0 to El Paso.
That was the only
3-0 to El Paso. Then we went to Sacramento and got 1-1. Then we went to Vegas and lost 1-0. Then we tied San Antonio 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. I'm doing Ted Lasso now.
Love.
And then we went to Indy and they busted us up 3-1. So these aren't okay. Take away the El Paso game and the Indy game. We're not talking about huge score lines here. No. We discover where our shooting boots are. We start getting more goals. We start scoring more goals. We start climbing the table, folks. For whatever reason, we just need to, I don't know if we have to change to longer cleats. I don't know if we have to, everybody has to change, go around the locker room and take, you a size 10.5, you a size 10.5. All right, why don't you switch boots? Because one of you guys has got to figure this out. I don't know what the answer is.
Garters, just like in Bull Durham, they have to wear garters, and that'll just change their mind, take their mind off of the game.
Angel Espinolo says, "Did you know, Dan, a Kayuama? Do I know what a Kayuama is?
Kayuama.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a 40.
Yes, I do know what a 40 is. This is true. There's Bex. Hi, Bex. Still early, new and young team. I still feel good about the squad. I agree. We've got a lot of young talent in this team. Obviously, looking at Delgado, looking at Stu Ritchie, looking at Farnsworth, looking at Egwu, looking at when one of your 2 seasoned guys are 33 and 34. You've got Nick Ross, you've got Sebastian Leggett. Everybody below that is like 26 or younger. I think Adrian is now considered one of the elders of the team.
Yeah.
And he's 27, I think. So Salinas Sporting FC 9949 says we need Christian Valesky back. No. Christian Valesky is now 34 and wasn't scoring goals for any of the clubs that he was playing for after he left us. And when he came back to us, he didn't score any goals either. So I don't think that's the answer.
Flubber cream, I like that.
We need some flubber cream on the tip of the boots, is what Angel Gonzalez says. There you go. I like that. And then yeah, Johnny says we need to perform. Last year was new and young team too, but different results. Yes, again, last year I think we had a lot of those guys in market before preseason started. We were still assembling our team when preseason started. So yeah, I think there's some gelling that needs to be done here. And I think these guys they'll get it. I think okay. We can beat this one up all day long, but yeah, he then left the team, came back and didn't score. So to call him consistent, he was consistently not able to score when he came back. So it's just
came back is when
there you go. I just sadly that was 2 seasons ago now, and he was 31 then. So I think he's 33, going to be 34 this season. If, for all intents and purposes, I believe he's retired. Chase Boone is retired. Moby Fair is now playing in the Baller League down in Miami, playing for Ronaldinho for his team. Yeah, and Sam Gleedle is doing a hell of a job down there in Lou City.
Yeah.
Carlos says Carlos last year started off hot and then went to crap. This year I'd rather start off slow and then have things click. Exactly. I think these guys are going to figure it out. And again, we still have yet to see our best 11. We've said that in the last 2 episodes as well.
We have a couple of guys that are just out there in the ether. I'm assuming whatever's getting figured out is going to get figured out.
Yeah. I would like to say the guy who has scored goals, Wesley Leggett, I would like to see him start. I would like to see him get opportunities in the first half rather than having to come on as a a 66th minute substitute and then try and get something going. I'd like to see him get his opportunities from the start. We have not seen Nico Gordon yet this season. Adrian Rebelliar is just coming back, and we know that Adrian Rebelliar is non-stop. He will cover every blade of grass on any pitch he takes to. So if we start seeing Adrian come back, making a recovery, start starting games, I think we'll start seeing some different stuff. I also think we need to figure out what our best 11 is or what our best formation is. Are we stuck on this 4-2-3-1 thing? Could we play 4-3-3? Could we play 3-5-2? When Nico comes back, could we see Egwu play left center back and Nico play sweeper with Farnsworth on the right, and we play with wing backs? I don't know. I'm an avid football manager player, and I love tinkering with formations. I don't know what our best formation is. So we're going to make things happen. We're going to make things happen. I believe in this team. Poor my wife is beside herself because she looks at the roster. She looks at the guys on the pitch, and she doesn't know any of them. We all knew and loved guys that were held over season after season. We had guys we kept back of the original 21. We kept 16 that first year. The next year, I think we kept 17 out of the roster. This is an all new team. The only guy that has been with us from day one is Adrian Rebelliar. Everybody else is new. Elijah is new from last year. Johnny Klein is new from midway through last year. Joel Garcia, I think the first time we saw him was maybe MBFC 2.
Yes, right.
Or did he try out for that team and didn't make that team, and then he came in last year as a new player?
Yeah, because he was with the Quakes Academy, right?
Right.
The whole time.
So anyway, then Joel was new last year.
Yeah.
Nico Gordon was new last year. So we're coming. It's going to happen. How as fans can we get more people in the stands is what Salinas wants to know. Bring your friends. Convince people to come and join us. We need people to get there. For me, I'm going to be Johnny K. That's right. I'm going to be a little bit of a stickler here. If you come to Cardinale Stadium, bring layers and stay for the whole match. Don't get to halftime and it gets a little damp during the summer, when the fog sets in, and go, it's too cold, and go home. No, we need everybody in their seats, and we need everybody cheering and bringing the team on, and let's make things happen.
Yeah, and I know it's tough to, your friends that might not know, and they're like, whoa, this is a last place team. What are we going to go? It's still a fun time out. It's still really good food from local vendors. It's still a stadium with great sight lines, with absolutely beautiful views outside of the stadium. It's still a fun place where you can go and just hang out with your friends and catch up over the week.
Carlos also says, because Kleinfeld barbecue is back, have a tri-tip sandwich and it'll change your life. So
Kleinfeld is so again, to me that's what it is, especially now. The world, the country, whatever, things are just weird right now. It's so nice to have a place where for 4 or 5 hours we could just forget about what's going on outside.
When you show up, when the gates open. Yep. Come on. Join us in the beer garden. Talk to your friends. Get to know the players. That's the best part, is also at the end of the game, if you go and hang at the advertising hoardings in either of the corner closest to the VIP booth, your players are going to come over and greet you. Your players are going to come over. They're going to say hi. They're going to sign autographs. They're going to take selfies with you. You get to know these guys. And then when you recognize them, you see them around town as well. You could see them at Alvarado Street. You could see them in Target. You could see them all over the place. And just all you have to do is say hi, or, great game last weekend or something. These guys are going to come good. We all believe in it. Let's make it happen. Let's get behind them. Let's, every match, let's just get out there. Let's make some noise, and let's do it all for the 831.
Yeah,
like it says on our logo. Come on.
No, yeah, it's it's a cool place out, and it's just it's a cool place to see people that you I mean, when the hell would you? Jess is all over the place, like when are you ever going to get a chance to sit with her and figure out what the hell's going on with her life, for those 3 or 4 hours,
or catch her up on everything that we're doing.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yep. No, again, yeah, that's what I would say. It's like, yes, it's easy if this team is scoring goals and winning to get people to come over, but to be like, look, let's not focus. It's going to be a fun match anyway.
We've converted one. Let's go. Come find us.
Yeah, like it's going to be a win or lose. I mean, yeah, it does suck to walk out and we've just lost 3-0 and you're just like, man, like when is it? But like I said, it's just, to me, it's.
Carlos says, how dare you start using our tagline before we start using it? Been here a while, brother. Been here since the beginning. Uh-oh. Oz is going into his briefcase. Look out. What's secret?
I don't have it.
What's going in there?
Do I?
What do you got?
Soccer and Sun and Shadow. I was hoping I had it. No, I have a short history of presidential electoral crisis. A short history of presidential election crisis and how to prevent the next one. This book is already outdated.
If you want to sit and talk about anything, this is your guy. So okay, and then Jess wants you to also know that churros. You got to check out the churro booth.
Yeah, yep. And that's also what I've been one to say I definitely would love a simple 5-8 whatever normal a hot dog burger type thing.
Oh, like the smash burger we used to get from Alvarado Street.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. As much as I absolutely love, again, I would love that, but the what we have is so cool.
Yeah,
it is all local people, and if you like it at the stadium, you could go to the brick and mortar, or you could go to where the food truck is parked and go and. You don't have to wait till Saturdays, or you don't have to be like, oh, some catering companies getting
love in the comments, dude. There you go.
It's a good movie too.
And Owen says yummy. Absolutely. Everything that we got is yummy. If it's not Ivan's,
it's not a baked potato.
There you go.
That is
Carlos says Dan and I can open up a food truck, a burger truck.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. We'll keep it local. Be like, all right.
I got the Blackstone man.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. 2:00 kickoff for us here on the West Coast. I don't think you're going to get. Are you going to be able to convince XL to open at 2?
So.
I don't think so either.
I really
so come and join us at the Brass Tap, 2:00 kickoff. And if you're so inclined, come and join us at 7 a.m. and just hang out all day with us. We have a good time. We're fun to hang around with. Come on. So come see us.
So I start waking up at about 11:30. Well, like mentally, physically, I'm there, but my brain is not. But around 11:30, I was like, "Why am I feeling good?" Like
food is usually ready. We ask, we open up at 7. We put the games on. The kitchen is usually ready about 10 to 8 o'clock. Then you got all kinds of stuff that you can eat, but there's nothing like starting the day off with a Guinness at 7 a.m. Come on, let's go. I'm with you, brother. That's why my wife comes with me to make sure I behave. So, okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in again. Sorry we were late. Sorry I kicked the surge protector. We'll make things happen. We're always here. We love doing this. We love doing this for you guys. We love talking about soccer. We love talking about our community. We love talking about lots of tangents and all kinds of crazy stuff. And if you missed it earlier, we also love talking about emus. And you can go see 2 of them at the Monterey Zoo out there on River Road. I went and checked it out.
But I was thinking of the Trunk or Treat where.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was based on the. I mean, it seemed more like a New Zealand accent,
right?
But the dude, yeah, he was a Kiwi, I'm assuming, and he's just like, "What's an emu doing here?" It's just like, dude, I had to walk away because I didn't want to laugh in his face, but like it sounded so funny.
Well, no, and in England, I'm telling everybody about our emu, and I'm told it's not an emu, it's an emu.
Emu.
They pronounce it emu. So I said, okay, fine. And just to remind just to give you kind of an idea, This is the kind of crowd that you're looking at the Brass Tap. Come down and join us. Come early, help us save seats and tables and everything, get everything. We had the glass garage door was open, and we had people sitting out there in the back patio. We put it on multiple TVs. So come on in, join us, have a good time, and we'll be there. Let's get the 831 together. Got a new comment. Okay, sorry.
Everybody commented.
Bring the wife. We're friendly. That's right. Thanks, Jess. Yes, bring your wife. Salinas Sporting FC. Come bring the wife.
Wife's like, I want a break from him too.
Okay, that's it, folks. We're gonna go. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again to Rising Phoenix Tap Room down there at 320 Broadway in King City, and thanks to Derek's Designs. Derek, if you're still listening, send me the QR code and I'll just punch it up in there or whatever we do so that we can do that. And yep, Owen did it. Owen's got it. Owen says,
ready.
Good night, Oz.
Good night, Oz.
Say good night, Oz.
Yeah,
and now
night,
it's, I say good night, Oz. And Oz says,
good night, Oz.
There you go. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk soon.